And welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a while. Yeah, I haven't uploaded as much as I'd like to over the Christmas break I've had. My voice has been a bit thing. I've been a little bit ill, so I don't know if you can still hear it in my voice now. I'm just getting over it now. But yeah, I thought we'll get a video out. The news cycle hasn't really been there. There's been things, but I'd rather wait to discuss stuff with Kyle. But yeah, this is every comic book movie in 2023 ranked. Now, this might be the most controversial video I've ever done. Maybe. I don't think it's going to be too out there with people's opinions, but end of the day, this is my list. This is what I think the order should be, anyway. But yeah, you know, obviously, let me know in the comments what you think of the list and what your list is. But we'll get into mine right now, because coming in, we don't want to know what's coming in at number one. That would be cheating. Alright, where am I? Here. Is it here? No, it's not. There we go. Right, coming in at number 8. The Marvels. I am, if not one of the biggest Marvel fans on the planet. Like, Marvel. Love Marvel. Not only do I think this was the worst comic book film of the year, I think this might be the worst film of the year. You know, I don't really like to talk about things I don't like, but you know, if I'm ranking them, I suppose I'll just go over it a little bit. The story here was just non-existent in this film. You know, there wasn't really a good plot. You know, I'm not a person who really cares about CGI all that much. Like, it's a storytelling device. If it's good or bad, don't really affect me. As long as they can convey what they're trying to convey, then that's alright. But yeah, no, CGI wasn't great in this either. Killer post-credit scene. Probably the best post-credit scene Marvel's had in a very long time. But a post-credit scene isn't going to make your film any better. So, yeah, that's why I'm putting the Marvels at number 8. Some good things, though. Obviously, I'm not just going to shit on it. I think the three ladies here worked amazing together. Like, fantastic. So, there's Anna Manvellani's always great. I actually really like the show Ms. Marvel. I know a lot of people don't, for some reason. I thought it were great. But yeah, not a fan of this film at all. I'm not even going to rewatch it in MCU rewatches. There's that. And coming in at number 7, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I saw this last week. You know, I didn't see it with Kyle. If I saw it with Kyle, we might have done a video on it. We might have done a discussion on it. I didn't like this film either. I didn't like it. I didn't want to put a review out of me just talking about something I didn't like. So, yeah, I thought I'll do a comic book movie ranking and then discuss a little bit there why I don't like it. And kind of the same reason as the Marvels. It's like, there's no good storytelling in this. It just seems a bit all thrown together. And it's a real shame that this was the last film of the DCEU. I believe it's called, yeah, DCEU. Of course it's DCEU. So yeah, real shame that this was the last film of the DCEU, but yeah. But then, again, things I like. I'll always say something I like about it. Jason Momoa and... forgot his name. Orm, the guy who plays his brother. I thought their chemistry together were pretty good. I thought they worked pretty well together, so... Yeah, that's a positive from the film, I guess. And, so, yeah, didn't really like it all that much. But now we're going from films I didn't really like at all to films I like. I don't think they're amazing, but films I like. And yeah, I know, sacrilege. I like this film a lot more than most people. A lot more than most people. If I were doing this list with Kyle, and we're going side by side, this would probably be at the bottom of his list. Without a doubt. He hadn't even seen Aquaman yet, and this would still be at the bottom of his list. So, yeah. But I quite like Quantum Mania. Now, I prefer the second half of the film to the first half. For me, it's whenever Jonathan Majors was on screen, that's when this film really shined. I'm not here to talk about the Jonathan Majors situation. We've done videos on that, so yeah. Oh, all I'll say is whenever Jonathan Majors was on screen in this particular role, in this film, it was great. Paul Rudd's always Paul Rudd as well. You know, Ant-Man might be one of my favourite characters in the MCU, so, you know, there's no, you know, he stuck to how he usually is, which is great. Just, like I said, the thing for me was the beginning of the film, I thought was a bit slow, and what they actually did to Kang should not have been in this film if they're trying to set up this big bad. Now, looks like they might not be going in that direction now because of certain things that have happened, but yeah, they dealt with Kang the wrong way if they wanted to say, this is the big bad, this is the guy who's going to kill every single Avenger. He's killed every single Avenger from multiple different universes. This is the guy. This is the next Thanos. Thanos was nothing. This time-travelling menace, he's the next one, and he's gonna make shit dribble down your legs. And he got beaten by ants, and then didn't even escape the quantum realm. So, yeah, that's why this film's at number 6. And if you'd have asked me, you know, obviously we've only started the channel in June, but if we did a most anticipated comic book films, this would have probably been number 1 for me. Even though Guardians were coming out, this would have probably been number 1. I was really excited to see more Majors as Kang, and looks like we're never going to see that again. But still, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania coming in at number 6. 5 is Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I don't think this film's as good as the original Shazam, which is a film I actually quite like a lot. It's up there in my, you know, if I did a DCEU ranking, which it's over now, I might do. But it's up there. Shazam is up there. The original. This is a far cry from the original. But, again, I like this film. I do like Zachary Levi in the role. You know, the people criticised him saying he acts more like a kid when he's Shazam than when he is actually a kid. My counter to that would be, you know, everyone's a big kid inside. And you give a kid this immense power, they're going to be a bit sillier, a bit dumber. Not dumber, they're going to act a bit more stupid because they're excited. So that's my little counter to that. Yeah, it's not going to make this film any better, but I did like it, you know. So there's that. And the Shazam family, I think they all work pretty well together. Obviously, they all get the powers stripped. I watched this the other night again. I was going over some stuff. I watched this the other night again, and do you know, I still can't remember if they all got the powers back at the end or not. So, yeah, sorry, I'm still a bit clogged up, but we're going to get through this. So, yeah, Shazam! Fury of the Gods is coming in at number 4. Fun film. I won't rewatch it, even though I did. I didn't rush out to the cinema to see this again. So, yeah. Blue Beetle. It's a fun film. It's a, you know, time's gone on, and I did have Shazam above this originally, but after watching Shazam again, I've put it down just a bit more and put Blue Beetle above it. It's a fine, funnish film, you know, introducing a new character, the character who will be staying around, according to James Gunn, in James Gunn's DC universe, so that's interesting. I thought he did a good job in the role. It's just, I'd say, the family aspects of this film didn't really work for me. It's like they were putting more focus on the family instead of Blue Beetle, where it's Blue Beetle's origin, and I want to see Blue Beetle. Now, you know, people will say his family's a big part of his origin and who he is, and fair enough, yeah, but sometimes that doesn't translate well to screen, and Blue Beetle could have been so much more than what it was. And you could tell it really suffered in the budget department as well. Obviously, this was a made-for-Max movie, and they ended up putting it into theatres. Which, fair enough, it made more money here than it would have done in Max, and it would have, you know, garnered subscribers for Max, so smart move, I suppose, but still. This film wasn't, you know, anything amazing. It was good. Like I say, this middle tier here is good films. Films I didn't think were amazing. I just thought they were good, fun, enjoyable. But yeah. Anyway, number 3, The Flash. This is where I think the controversy is going to set in a little bit. Yeah, I do think The Flash were the best DC film this year, without a doubt. Now, a little context. The Flash is my favourite DC character. And setting aside, from all the Ezra Miller stuff, he's, I didn't go into this film looking at any of that stuff. I knew what had happened, but to me it was, you got to think about the director, the producers, every person who worked on this set. You can't rob them of this film because of one person's mistake. Michael Keaton, Sasha Calle, who is fantastic in that role, by the way, Sasha Calle as Supergirl. It's a shame she won't be sticking around. It seems like she won't be now. But, what she did was great. Michael Keaton, back as Batman. Pretty badass. He got more badass stuff to do in The Flash, I think, than any of the Keaton films. Obviously, that's just today's cinema, though. But yeah, I thought Michael Keaton were pretty good in this. But then, stuff in this film, villain, not that great. Overall story, not that great. But I think I had more fun with this film than I did every other single film before this. So that's why it's at number 3. And I did go back and see this again. Unlike, I saw Quantumania again. I saw that again because I wanted to see the Kang stuff again. So yeah, I saw Quantumania twice in cinema, but this is the only other one which I saw twice in cinema, out of these lot anyway. So yeah, now the next 2 films I talk about, I'm no way saying that this film is just behind the next film I talk about. The next 2 films I talk about are leagues ahead of everything on this list. Leagues ahead. So don't go, well, that's number 3. How come Spider-Verse is number 2? A lot of people would have had this at number 1. I know Kyle would have had this at number 1. I don't say we got into an argument the other night. We had a little discussion. He said I'm wrong for what my number 1 is, which you all know now anyway, if this is number 2. But yeah, this film's fucking fantastic. It is. And it was a close pick for number 1. But it's not there. But let's not take anything away from this. This is fantastic. This film. Story. Yeah, the animation. The animation in this film is fucking fantastic. Spectacular. Whatever you want to call it. It's that. But, yeah. What else can I say? Miguel O'Hara. Played by Oscar Isaac, I believe. Yeah, no, definitely. Spider-Man India. Fantastic. Every little character in this film is fantastic. Every frame in this film is fantastic. So, yeah. And I don't mind a cliffhanger. And I debate with myself what a cliffhanger is sometimes. I'd say this is a cliffhanger. But, we're left in a position where we know where all our characters are, we know what's happening, and we know what's probably going to come next time. Bit of a bummer now that we need to wait for the next one. It was supposed to come out in March of this coming year. Not anymore. But hey, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is a fantastic film. And I might do an overall movie ranking of the year as well. Or, top 10 list. Just depending on how much time I get. Because I'm doing a What If episode, season 2 ranking tomorrow. But yeah, no, this film's fantastic, and it could have been number 1. It could have been number 1, but obviously for me, MCU fanboy, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is number 1. Of course, it's number 1. This film is amazing, and I think it might be the best film of the year. How I said The Marvels might be the worst film of the year, this might be the best film of the year. It's definitely my favourite film of the year, without a doubt. But the way that James Gunn directed this, every single character has a moment, you know, especially Rocket. This is Rocket's story, after all. But then Peter Quill's got moments, Gamora's got moments, Drax has got moments, Nebula's got moments, Madness has got moments, Kragling's got moments, Groot's got moments, the fucking dog Cosmo has moments. So, and the High Evolutionary as a villain. Woo! What is that? Chukwudi, I believe it is. You know, it's weird, you know, I've been seeing him in smaller roles lately from, like, stuff that he's done in the past. Like, I rewatched John Wick 2. He's in that. I've been rewatching a bit of Doctor Who. He's in that. So it's quite weird seeing him pop up, knowing what a calibre of actor he is. And he's just in these little side roles. But then James Gunn went with him in Peacemaker, and James Gunn said he might be the best actor he's ever worked with. And I see it. Chukwudi Iwuji is pretty fucking good at what he does. But, yeah. And I'll say it. I cried in this film. I did cry in this film. I'm, you know, not ashamed to admit it. You know, and I don't think Kyle admitted it as well. He definitely cried in this film. You say what? He did. But yeah, when Mantis is saying bye to Drax, that bit got me. When Peter meets up with his, you know, his granddad again, yes, all the stuff with Baby Rocket and the young Rocket, so emotional. James Gunn managed to drag more emotion out of a cyborg rabbit, a walrus, an otter, and a raccoon than James Wan managed to get out of Jason Momoa in Aquaman, you know, and what Nia DaCosta managed to get out of the three girls in the Marvels, which I think they worked well together, the three girls, but he managed to get us feel more emotional about a baby animated raccoon. So, what more can you say? This film is fantastic and such a perfect end to the Guardians trilogy, and kind of makes me appreciate Guardians 2 a little bit more as well. A film I liked, but I wasn't that hot on it, and after this it's like, oh my god, this film is actually amazing. So, yeah. This has been every comic book movie of 2023 ranked. Let me know how wrong I am down below, please. Love to hear you all tell me how wrong I am. What's your list? I'm interested to see what people thought. I can imagine I'm going to be seeing a lot of Quantum Manias right at the bottom, and I'm going to be seeing a lot of Spider-Verses at the top. That's kind of what I'm thinking, and maybe seeing a lot of Flash at the bottom as well. But yeah, let me know. And while you're here, you might as well subscribe to the channel. That'd be very nice if you did that. I'd very much appreciate that. We're going to get back into doing movie news for a week now. You know, I'm going to be going back to work. Kyle's going to be going back to work. I'm starting to feel a bit better. So, yeah, it's weird that I've had time off anyway, and we haven't done anything until the last day. Well, no, I'm off Monday as well, until the last day of my time off. But, yeah, like, subscribe, share the video. And yeah, I'll see you all guys in the next one, hopefully.